Hi everyone!
Hello.
Happy Sunday! Well, it's kind of almost already Monday.
Yeah.
Only a few hours left of the day. Hopefully you guys had a great weekend. We're heading into the 11 o'clock show. Unfortunately, NBA went over late, so we didn't have our 6 o'clock show. So we have all this fresh content from the weekend. Lots of stuff had been happening. We're 1 minute out till show. So I'm going to get over into mine. If you've never seen me do this before, Hannah and I basically just do a behind the scenes look of a newscast. We have a 100% virtual set, so you'll notice we have a lot of green. So we're getting ready to get into the show. So I'm going to walk over here so you can see what I'm walking over. Kind of set you up here so you can see what I look like.
30 seconds.
30 seconds until show.
Fifteen. 9, 8, 7, 5 seconds to the open. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold.
Get way better locally updates anytime. Follow WWAY on Twitter. Now, here's meteorologist Helen Holt with your forecast first.
It was noticeably cooler today thanks to a cold front that crossed the area last night. Cooler temperatures today, but also lower dew points. You definitely noticed that when you walked outside, it felt fantastic. Despite below average temperatures, mainly clear skies as we take a live look on our Storm Track 3 weather cam over downtown Wilmington. Currently 62 degrees and with a light northerly wind. We are tracking our next rainmaker. I'll let you know when we can see rain and storms come back into the forecast. WWAY News Channel 3 at 11 starts right now.
Now on WWAY 11, an assault suspect takes deputies on a chase that ends in a crash. Thanks for watching News Channel 3 at 11. I'm Hannah Patrick. A man is behind bars after Brunswick County Sheriff's deputies say he led them on a chase this morning that ended in a crash. The Sheriff's Office says it all started early this morning when the man ran from the scene of an assault. It's the big story at 11. Deputies were called to the home around 3:30 a.m. for assault on a female and injury to property. A spokeswoman says Anthony Price ran from that scene and warrants were issued for a car he was driving. Deputies spotted that car in Leland around 7 a.m. and tried to pull him over, which led them on a chase. After various attempts to stop Price, the spokeswoman says he crashed the car near Galloway Road on Highway 17. Price was taken to the hospital and then jailed with multiple charges and a $60,000 bond. The Highway Patrol says a man was hit and killed last night on Highway 17 near Hampstead. Troopers say 20-year-old Brennan Sills of Hampstead was struck and killed around 11:30 p.m. near Christian Chapel Road. The driver of the Infiniti SUV that hit him has not been identified. The accident is still under investigation, but there are no charges at this time. One man is dead and 3 others are injured after a crash that closed Berkeley Highway 421 yesterday afternoon. Troopers say just before 12:30, a Honda Element crossed the center line and hit a pickup truck head-on. The driver of the Honda, Larry Hardwick Jr., was pronounced dead at the scene. All 3 people in the truck were taken to the hospital. Brunswick County deputies are looking for a man they say exposed himself at a restaurant last night. Deputies say it happened around 8 p.m. at a restaurant in the Charlotte Ocean Isle Beach area. Investigators have not said which restaurant it was. This is the surveillance picture. Police say the man thought to be in his mid to late 40s and wearing a blue Ducat, a striped shirt, and khaki shorts, exposed himself to 2 employees. The man left the restaurant in a champagne-colored Toyota Solera. Anyone with information is asked to contact police. A man is recovering after officials say he was rescued near Johnny Mercer's Pier in Wrightsville Beach last night. Jeremy Owens with Ocean Rescue says bystanders pulled the unconscious man from the water and were giving him CPR when rescue crews arrived. Owens says he was breathing and speaking when EMS arrived. He was taken to the hospital, but there is no word on his condition right now. Ocean Rescue wants to remind swimmers to use caution because lifeguards will not be on stands until after Memorial Day. A group of environmentalists and a group of paddlers came together with a common purpose on Topsail Island this weekend. WWAY's Madison Morgan tells us more about their efforts to keep our waterways
I told you it was a lot. Hey everyone, thanks for joining in. Sorry I can't talk very much because we're actually in the show, and you notice I'm standing right beside Hannah, who is talking in the newscast right now. I told you it was a lot. Got a lot of stories to get through, so Hannah's over here trying to take a deep breath as we go through this next story right here. So how was everyone's weekend? Did you enjoy some nice weather? It was a little bit cooler today, but I had dinner outside and it felt fantastic. Steve, you said it was gorgeous, cool, relaxing day. 100% agree. It was really, really nice today. One thing that I'm going to touch on in the newscast is Hurricane Preparedness Week. It starts today, kind of getting you in the mindset, yes, hurricane season is starting in just a few weeks. I cannot believe it already. Where has time gone? Hi Ken, thanks for joining in. June 1st is when it starts. Seriously, where has time gone? This is going to be my third season tracking hurricanes. It's supposed to be a little bit more active this year, but that doesn't mean any of them could make landfall here. You just have to play by ear throughout the season. But it only takes one. That's really what it is. So we'll talk a little bit about how to determine your risk, what kind of hazards you are faced with when you have hurricanes. So we'll touch a little bit on that later in the newscast. Hi everyone, thanks for joining in.
Leland firefighters kicked off their annual Fill the Boot fundraising campaign to help the Muscular Dystrophy Association this weekend. Leland Fire and Rescue hit the street fanning out in front of Walmart for their drive yesterday. The money helps to find treatments and cures for muscular dystrophy, ALS, and other diseases that limit strength and mobility. International scholars gathered at the UNCW this weekend to discuss translating cultures across global boundaries. Organizers say the Festival of Basan is a Pakistani version of our area's Azalea Festival. It celebrates the change in seasons. People flew kites, learned native dances, and celebrated spring with U.S. and Pakistani traditions. The annual Greek Festival kicked off this weekend at the St. Nicholas Greek Orthodox Church. Participants got into the Greek spirit through dancing, a marketplace, music, and church tours. Food and cooking demonstrations were also available. Volunteer Thomas Simotis says it's a way to share cultural traditions with the rest of the community.
Steve, right now they're thinking that we could have 13 named storms, 6 of them becoming hurricanes.
Simotis says the main goal is to make sure people leave the baklava and a smile on their face. Tomorrow, the 3rd Street Bridge will finally reopen. A ribbon-cutting ceremony for the newly replaced bridge will be held at 11 a.m. Wilmington Mayor Bill Sacco and NCDOT Chief Deputy Secretary Walt Gray will speak at the event. Traffic for North 3rd Street will reopen the traffic after the ceremony. Also happening tomorrow, the cast and crew from the History Channel's drama 6 will be filming with semi-automatic weapons and simulated gunfire. This will happen throughout the day tomorrow at Spring Gem Studios. The production will notify area residents and businesses as well as law enforcement. One final reminder, some beach accesses in Wrightsville Beach will be closed tomorrow. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers will be completing coastal zone mapping using a drone. Access 37 to beach access 44 will be closed starting at 8 a.m. After that, access 44 to the Coast Guard station, and then finally, there will be no access to the beach within 300 feet of either side of the Masonboro Inlet jetties. It's Hurricane Preparedness Week, what the governor says you need to know as hurricane season approaches. Plus, why this school board wants to review its decision to allow pepper spray.
No rain is in the forecast for your Monday, so if you're planning on playing a round of golf or getting some outdoor chores done, things are looking nice and sunny with temperatures in the 70s. I'll show you when we could see storms arrive. Stay close.
You're watching WWAY Channel 3 at 11 with Hannah and Pat with Gwen.
Okay, Steve, so you heard what I said. 13 named storms that obviously could change. That's just a forecast. And 6... There was a handful last year, but, only... Anna was the only one that impacted us, and that was in May. In May. What?
Joaquin, right? Or no?
Not directly, but that Joaquin was the one that it like, you know, thought we were going to get in, then it started curving in the last minute, but we got all that rain that
1:30
came from
break.
it in October. So we were here chatting about hurricane season. Hannah's all excited. Maybe I'm just excited. Not to see any hurricanes. Hopefully they will all stay away, but
Although I do enjoy storm coverage.
you do enjoy it. I mean,
I mean, I don't want anything bad to happen.
we don't want anything bad to happen. Of course not. Safety is obviously first.
I like staying out in the rain.
She likes standing out in the rain.
In the rain.
1 minute to you, Helen.
Okay.
1 minute break to you.
Okay. So we're going back over the wall.
Oh, mine was working Friday.
Put you back over here.
Thirty seconds to open.
I'm gonna wrap up.
1:15. Five, four, three, two.
Now, here's meteorologist Helen Holt with your Storm Track 3 forecast.
Back-to-back days of sunshine this weekend, but you probably noticed temperatures were a little bit cooler this afternoon. 72 degrees was the official high, well below our average high temperature of 81 degrees. Started out this morning in the mid-50s. Didn't pick up any rain, saw lots of sunshine and mainly clear skies as we look at our radar and satellite composite. No rain out there, so a very quiet evening and a cool one. Temperatures already in the 40s and 50s. Lumberton 52 degrees, Elizabethtown 54, Whiteville 55, Kenansville our coolest spot at 47 degrees, and Myrtle Beach still holding on to the lower 60s right now. But notice it is a change compared to 24 hours ago, about 15 to 22 degrees cooler compared to this time last night. Lower humidity levels, you notice that when you walked outside, not as sticky and muggy. We're in the 40s right now, but actually some of the dew points reading earlier today were actually in the 30s. Last week we were getting into that tropical air mass when we walked outside, things started feeling pretty sticky and muggy, but we noticed that cold front last night, that was able to have drier air work its way in here. So we're going to continue to see a very comfortable day as we head into our Monday. A cool start with temperatures in the 50s, but we'll warm up into the lower 70s. A very similar day to what we had today in store for our Monday. So get out and enjoy it. We'll have a full look at your 70 forecast in just a few minutes. Hannah?
Thank you, Simon. Governor Pat McCrory has declared this Hurricane Preparedness Week in North Carolina, with storm season quickly approaching. The North Atlantic hurricane season runs from June 1st through the end of November, but storms have affected the state as early as May. The peak hurricane season along our coast is from mid-August through the middle of October. The governor said in a release that people need to get hurricane kits prepared with enough food and water for 3 to 5 days, first aid kits and clothes and personal items. A North Carolina school board will review its decision to allow high school students to carry pepper spray. Member Chuck Hughes referenced HB2 limiting LGBT rights, saying such sprays could help female students if they go to the bathroom and don't know who's coming in after them. Rowan Salisbury School Board Chairman Josh Wagner said Hughes' comments had no effect on the board's decision. The policy would go into effect in August. The board will review the policy when it meets May 23rd. A woman was bitten by a shark this afternoon. Reports say the shark was still attached to her arm on the way to the hospital. Plus, hundreds of fallen officers are remembered on Capitol Hill.
We are in the break.
Hey, Justin, good question. You know, normally Hannah has something to read unless the prompter goes wrong, but I have a graphic on this monitor right in front of me of the reflection of what you guys see on your TV. And so when I turn to my side, I have a monitor right there. And if I walk and switch my other side, I have another monitor right there. So I'm able to see what I look like pretty much whichever way I look. But, you know, of course, if it looks like I'm looking down a little bit, it's because the camera is actually just a little bit tad above the monitor right there. So
break.
pretty cool. So I don't actually have anything, yeah. I don't actually have something behind me. I'm just literally pointing at nothing. I'm pointing at air, green screen, yeah. And Hannah, most anchors have like an anchor desk with them. That's not what you're seeing, Hannah. It's just Hannah doing a ridiculous dance. Yep, there you go. Do other stations do this?
What, dance?
Maybe they dance. Do other stations have an all virtual set like we do? Very.
Some do.
No, there's only like 2 or 3 stations in the entire U.S. I'm not sure if other Morris multimedia stations do it either. But only there's just a handful of other stations that do what we do. Let me see. What was the name of the storm? Yes, Joaquin didn't like directly impact us, kind of indirectly impact us. That's when we had all that rain back in October. Hannah, we'll just do downtown Wilmington.
Okay.
So I'm getting ready for full weather.
15 seconds.
Kind of switch.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
News reports say a 23-year-old woman was bitten by a shark, a nurse shark, and the shark was still attached to her arm on the way to the hospital. It happened in Boca Raton, Florida this afternoon. WPEC's Jillian Grant reports.
A beautiful day at the beach turns
So I'm just messing around our cameras.
Witnesses say all of a sudden they saw
These are our live cameras, and guess what? We're getting new cameras. I'm so excited. We're gonna get beach cameras here soon, so we'll be able to show you what it looks like at several local beaches. It's fantastic. I cannot wait. We're gonna do some training on it this week, so I'll be able to learn kind of what we can do with these new cameras. So we're getting ready to go. You have a few more stories before me. So this is our rundown right here. So this is an idea of where we are in the show. So we're talking about that Florida shark, if you're watching right now, actually on air. And then she'll have a few more stories, and then you see long weather. That's me.
stationary. This shark in particular was known to see every reef.
So I'm gonna also touch on
7, 6.
Hurricane Preparedness Week.
The U.S. Coast Guard is searching for a Carnival Cruise Line passenger who fell overboard. 33-year-old Samantha Grover was reported missing to the ship's Christmas Friday. At that time, the Carnival lived in the southeast of Galveston, Texas. Carnival spokeswoman confirmed that it appears she climbed up and sat on that railing and subsequently fell backwards. So far, police have searched about 3,000 square miles. Family and friends say a final goodbye to Greg Bryant. Funeral services were held at Boynton Beach, Florida yesterday. The University of Alabama football player was shot and killed a week ago while driving on a Florida interstate. Friends say he was respected on and off the field. UAB head coach Bill Clark and former teammates attended the funeral. Thousands of law enforcement officers and survivors gathered in Washington today to honor fellow officers who have made the ultimate sacrifice. The 35th Annual National Peace Officers Memorial Service was held on the west front of the U.S. Capitol. This year, the names of 252 fallen officers are being added to the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Wall. In addition, 137 law enforcement officers who died in 2015 will be honored.
Now, here's meteorologist Helen Holt with your Storm Track 3 forecast.
All right, we are taking a look at the Storm Track weather cam downtown Wilmington. Helen, it was a beautiful weekend and it felt awesome.
Yeah, I actually had dinner downtown, was able to sit outside and go to the riverfront, and I was like, man, I couldn't ask for a better day and live in a more beautiful city, right?
Yes, we could have this every day and I would be so happy.
Exactly. But we are heading into that hurricane season, and this week is Hurricane Preparedness Week. It starts today and lasts through the 21st. So I want to give you some tips as we go throughout the week. And today we're starting with determine your risk. Find out what types of wind and water hazards you could have living at the coast and inland. And you'll also see impacts not just along the beaches. So storm surge, wind, inland flooding, tornadoes, rip currents, and higher waves. Those are all risks that you could have dealing with hurricanes. So determine your risk as we head into the season that does start June 1st. We've already had our first one, Alex, in January 13th through the 17th earlier this year. Our next named storm would be named Bonnie, so we'll have to keep a close eye on how the season is going to unfold. We do have a hurricane special that will be on June 1st. Gabrielle Scott and I have been working on some specials, especially about Hurricane Bertha and Fran. If you're from this area, you definitely remember those storms, and then we'll also take a look at the upcoming season. So taking a look at the weather headlines this week, we are going to watch high pressure continue to build overhead and then switching offshore. So another cool and dry day in store for our Monday. A cold front will approach the area. That's going to give us a chance to see those rain and storms again, especially as we head into our Tuesday. But you're going to want to keep those umbrellas around for the rest of the week, as it looks like some very active weather, not only Tuesday, but for the rest of the week. So our pinpoint futurecast will show things will be very quiet for our Monday. Temperatures will start out cool in the 50s, then climbing up into the lower to mid 70s. Tomorrow, maybe a few afternoon clouds, but more clouds will develop as we head into our Tuesday. Overnight lows will probably stay into the 60s, and then getting up to around 80 degrees in the afternoon for our Tuesday. But like I said, rain and storm chances are possible. So you'll notice humidity levels will stay pretty low tomorrow. We'll stay very dry, but watch as this Gulf moisture spreads up the east coast and into southeastern North Carolina. So rain and storm chances, as well as higher humidity levels, will come back into play for the middle portion to the later portion of our week. So tomorrow, if you have any outdoor plans or chores that you need to get done outside, do so tomorrow, and then you have those rain chances in store, at least through our weekend. Notice temperatures as well going to be trending a little bit cooler this week. Our average high temperature is 81. Our warmest days will be Tuesday and Wednesday. And then notice we'll get down to the middle 70s for our Thursday into the weekend. And tonight, going to be on the cooler side, 40s and 50s, mainly clear. So make sure you grab a jacket tomorrow morning. 52 degrees for the bus stop forecast. Heading into tomorrow afternoon, temperatures will be very comfortable in the lower 70s. Have a cool breeze out of the north, then climbing back up to near 80 degrees before going back down into the 70s again. So we are in a little bit of a need of some rain, so it looks like we do have some chance to pick up a little rain this week.
Looks like a spring kind of a week.
Yes, definitely does.
All right, thank you, Helen. The presidential candidates are preparing for the next primary. Why the Democrats are really focusing on Kentucky. Plus, this soccer stadium is evacuated after police find a suspicious package.
Can you ask why he switched over prompter on me? Because, like,
She wants to know why you switched over to prompter.
Like halfway through that?
No. You don't want to explain it,
Okay. Hi. Sorry, I don't know if my camera froze for a little bit. Hannah's typing away. Type, type, type.
Hey, Kevin told me if you're doing the sign or rap touch, just flip.
Don't, no, just because it can totally throw someone off like crazy. And I don't, who said that?
Kevin helped me.
Well, that's probably because it goes super doesn't care, but just a preference for me, just I don't know, just try not to do that, please. Okay.
1:30.
Alrighty, so we're heading into, what is this, the D block. So, do you need help, Hannah? I just forgot to. So since I'm not in this part of the show, I'm gonna walk in here and show you what the director
1
sees.
minute.
So you kind of get another idea of what things look like. So I'll show you if I turn this around. So this is where the director sits. He's able to punch up all the buttons, do all the camera shots. He really has an important job here. Putting this test. This is Nick, everyone.
I'm the director on Sundays. It's good times.
he's got a lot of buttons to touch too, so he's got a very important job.
30 seconds. Come to camera one.
So you can see that Hannah's up there.
I'm going to come to camera one and introduce package, talking about the election.
And then you can come in here and see what our newsroom looks like on Sunday evenings. All the people that are here. What you probably didn't know, that it's basically just Hannah and I, the director, someone on audio, someone on prompter, and somebody in master control. So that's Hannah and I. That's only 6 people that put this entire show together. That is, working on this right now. We don't have a huge crew in here, working right now, so it's kind of bare bones on the weekend. It's pretty crazy how to see what we can get done. All right, so we'll walk back in here.
And come Tuesday, Clinton's hoping history.
And there's Nick again. Walk back in here. All right. So it's interesting, if you ever notice on the weekdays, we have this is our actual desk. At the 6 o'clock, we have that as well.
Hey, do you know what's a bird now in the United Kingdom?
Bird now?
Bird now? B-O-U-R-E.
I don't know. And then this is the couch that we use during Good Morning Carolina.
B-O-U-R-E.
So we have kind of a
I never heard of it.
switch of our sets all the time.
That this coming Wednesday,
We're going back onto the show.
victory right here in Kentucky.
Sanders is hoping more wins in
15.
his column will be enough to persuade superdelegates to support him rather than Clinton. Another state Sanders is optimistic about winning is Oregon. Voters there will also be heading to the polls on Tuesday.
I think we're going to win in Oregon as well. So.
Oregon.
I'm
Oregon.
Maloney reporting.
The presumptive Republican nominee Donald Trump won the Kentucky GOP caucus back in March. A bomb disposal unit of the British Army has carried out a controlled explosion at Old Trafford Stadium. The team was called in to investigate a suspicious package found ahead of Sunday's match between Manchester United and Bournemouth. The stadium was evacuated minutes before a Premier League match was due to start. This video was shot by an attendee at the game, and it shows inside the stadium prior to the evacuation. Helen will have a final look at your 7-day forecast when we come back.
We're clear.
All right. The shows seem to go by so fast every time I do this. All right, so we're heading into the last portion of the show, so we have another look at the forecast real quick.
Got a minute, 30 to show.
Okay, so Helen, are you cool with 45?
Hmm?
Helen will have 45.
Helen will have 45.
Is there any way to go on cam? No.
Can we come on camera? I think we're supposed to. You mean after,
No, before.
do on-cam graphics on?
Yeah, walk.
Oh, can she start at the wall?
You want to start the wall? Can she start at the wall? He'd rather you not. 30 seconds.
We'll work on it.
Well, I think that's what we say every week.
Uh,
15 seconds. Flip it over, please. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
And it's a quiet evening across southeastern North Carolina. No clouds and no rain to deal with. And temperatures are already cooling down quickly in the 40s and 50s. 52 degrees for Fayetteville, 52 in Lumberton. Myrtle Beach, our warmer spot at 61 degrees. In Kenansville, in the upper 40s here in the Port City, 54 degrees. Temperatures tonight will cool down into the upper 40s to lower 50s, mainly clear. North wind is 5 to 10 miles per hour. We'll have a cool northerly breeze for our day tomorrow. Temperatures on the cooler side, a very similar day to what we had today, but temperatures in the 70s will rebound to near 80 degrees Tuesday. That's when we're going to have to see rain. if you have to do some chores, maybe mow the lawn, get it done tomorrow. It's going to be really, really nice to spend outside.
Yeah, not a bad looking Monday at all. Because we're used to rain.
Oh, of course, right?
Alright, check this out. In China, traffic officers had a hard time subduing a cow that was running wild between moving vehicles on a highway in the southwest Yunnan province. Once the officers located the cow walking amidst cars, they slowly had to lead the animal close to a toll station less than 1 kilometer away in order to snare it and return it to its owners. That's not something you see every day, especially not in North Carolina.
Maybe pigs, I don't know. We have a lot of pigs there in southeast North Carolina.
And we've seen some horses.
Yep, we've seen horses too.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here for Good Morning Carolina at 5:30.
Good
My
show.
mom has actually seen
A cow.
pigs and like.
Oh, yeah, no, I mean, I feel like
I think
definitely
we-
have these kind of stories.
You guys ready to do?
I do have a top.
She has a tough one.
All right. Okay, everyone, that's a wrap. I am heading off to Leland tomorrow. We have This Is the Place road trip heading to Leland this week, so I'm working on a lot of different stories from there, and we'll be live at, I think it's the Leland Municipal Park is where we're going to be at for,
Wait, are you working on that tomorrow?
yeah, I have to be in Brunswick Forest at 9. Yeah, so
Well, I won't see you in the morning.
I'll see you when you get back.
Yeah.
When I get back. So anyways,
I was thinking about coming early to get my check, but then I was thinking about it, and I was like, it wouldn't matter because I wouldn't be able to go deposit it because the bank doesn't open until
to like 9, yeah. So busy week ahead. I hope you have a fantastic week.
Yeah,
All right.
I haven't like really gotten set up with that yet. You know, in some ways I'm technologically challenged. Hi, sorry,
Okay.
talking about my problems.
Yeah.
Okay, are we saying bye?
Yep. Bye. Have a good week, everyone.
night.